Welcome back to all my financial BFFs to Brighter Financial Future. Hopefully everyone's having an amazing day so far and your stocks are going to the moon. In today's video, I have a good one for you. I'm going to discuss how much I made in the month of April with my dividend income. You don't want to miss today's video, so stay tuned. And a quick disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. This video is strictly for entertainment purposes only, and any investment may involve risks. So it's important that we do our own homework. So let's jump into today's video. Now, the first stock on my list that paid me a dividend is company PPL Corporation, ticker PPL. Now, this particular company is in the utilities space, specifically electricity, and it pays a quarterly dividend. So in the month of April, I was paid a whopping $12.04, and that matches my prior dividend of $12.04. So this one was the same. It's been pretty consistent. It's a reliable dividend. It's in the utility space, so you might not see much growth as far as the stock is concerned, but it's been a pretty reliable dividend for me, and that's what I'm looking for is cash flow. Now, they pay 42 cents per share per dividend, and their current dividend yield, if you jump into it now, is 5.75%. So it's actually a pretty high dividend yield. So if you like dividends, this is a good one to probably look into. I did some videos about it, so you might want to check that out as well. Now, the next company that paid me a dividend is actually one of my favorite companies, Medical Properties Trust, ticker MPW. Now, this one pays a quarterly dividend. In the month of April, it paid me a whopping $16.24 in dividends. That's up from the prior month of $15.12. And that's up for two reasons. One, I actually bought more shares, but in addition to buying more shares, they actually increased their dividend from 27 cents per share to 28 cents per share. So that's 6 years of consecutive dividend increase growth, or consecutive dividend increases, which is amazing. So that's the great thing about dividends. If you get with the right company, they do increase their dividends, and you might start off at 25 cents, but every year, hopefully, they have the capacity to actually increase that dividend. So with this particular company, they have raised it for 6 consecutive years. Now, this company is in the REIT space. I've done a couple of videos about it. Definitely want to check that out, particularly in the healthcare facility space. I do recommend you watch that video on why I like this company so much. The current yield is 4.9%. So that's the current dividend yield it pays if you own this particular stock, if you bought it now. Now, the next company on my list is AGNC Investment Corp, ticker AGNC. You're probably always going to see this one on my list. It's a monthly payer. It's also in the REIT space. And this one paid me $16.80. And it's been basically consistent for the last couple of months at $16.80. I haven't bought any new shares, which comes out to 12 cents per share. And they've just been pretty consistent. So they're a pretty reliable company for the most part in the last few months. They haven't increased their dividend this year. They actually decreased it, but overall they've been pretty consistent. I like the fact that they're a monthly payer. In addition, they have a high yield of 8.03%. The next company on my list is MV Oil Trust, ticker MV Oil. Now, this particular company is in the oil and gas space. They pay a quarterly dividend, and they actually almost doubled their dividend. Actually, they did double their dividend from their prior dividend. So in the month of April, I was paid $26.25. Now, the prior month, or not the prior month, but the prior quarter, they paid $11.59. So that's over double. So that's a 100% increase from their prior dividend. Now, I know it sounds sexy, but there are some couple of things to watch out for. This dividend, particular company, their dividend kind of goes up and down. So sometimes it might be higher or lower. So it's not very consistent in the amount they pay per quarter. So that's one thing about this company is it's not like a PPL or MPW where you know every quarter or every quarter you're gonna get kind of like consistency. This one, you never know what you're gonna get, but this time it was really good. So I was happy and pleased to see it. And if you own Robinhood, you can no longer buy this stock on Robinhood. So you have to check the brokerage because this one's no longer available everywhere. So it just really depends on where you buy it at. I got it on Robinhood, but they no longer support new, you can no longer support new buying new stocks. But they'll still allow you to have it and still receive the dividend. So I'm just getting the dividend from there. So I'm getting like the cash flow. And the current yield is 8.42%. Now, the next company I want to talk about is New Residential Investment Corp, ticker NRZ. Now, this is another REIT company. I actually have a lot of REITs in this portfolio. And this one pays a quarterly dividend. Typically, REITs pay out a higher dividend. So that's something to look out for. In the month of April, they paid me $20, which is basically consistent. It's been consistent for the last 2 quarters of $20. So there's no increases, and the current yield is 4.84%. So this is another REIT company that I own that pays a quarterly dividend. Last but not least is ticker SPHD. This one's an ETF. You're gonna probably see it on my statements every month. They actually pay me a lower dividend in the month of April compared to March of $3.67. And actually, they've been consistently actually lowering their dividend, which I do not like in that aspect. But it is an ETF, so sometimes they have to readjust their portfolio. You're getting a bunch of different stocks in this company. So that's why the dividend kind of fluctuates with this company, but they try to keep it consistent, but they have been lowering it for the last couple of months. They currently have a current yield of 4.74%, but on a bright side, right? So yes, they are lowering their dividend, but the stock price has been increasing. So even though the dividend has been getting lowered per month, the actual stock price of the company, of this particular ETF has been growing. So you have to look at the plus and the negative. So it's kind of like, even though it focuses on dividends, it has been lately acting somewhat like a growth stock. There we have it. So in total, let me do my calculations here. In total, in the month of April, I was paid a whopping $95. Now, this is money I can use for anything. That's reinvesting in the same companies, reinvesting in different other companies, other stocks, put it in a cryptocurrency, or if I wanted to go to the movies. This is money I can use for whatever I want to use it for. It's my money. So that's the great thing about dividend stocks. It's like getting a bonus check every month. And that's the reason why I love dividends so much. I don't have to worry about when to sell. As long as I do my work prior and I pick companies that I believe in, that I believe that can pay their dividend, then that's monthly income I could somewhat rely on for myself. And let me know, do you own any of these particular companies? What companies paid you a dividend this month? Are you a dividend investor? And if you enjoyed this video, please smash the like button. It helps out the channel so much. And hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Share, like, comment, all that good stuff. Until next time, everyone, have a good one. And hopefully your stocks and cryptocurrency go to the moon.